You're watching the Cannabis Broadcasting Group here at CBGtv.com. The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or CBGtv.com.
Did you like that, Al? Did you like that? Did you?
Yeah.
We're going to get us starting. We're going to get a theme song, but for now, we're just starting. Well, Al wasn't expecting. Did you see what I'm talking about? Yeah?
Yeah, well, I think so.
I'll
just
play it
as
again for you.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or CBGtv.com.
Okay, no, I didn't see it when we started up because I was I was still getting my settings set up here in order to try to correct some glitchings.
I did that in between my gardening today. I was bored.
Oh, did you? Oh,
yeah.
And,
I was playing,
well,
and I did that in Canva.
Oh, did you? I haven't been there in a while.
Yeah, they got a whole video thing now. Yeah.
Oh.
So, welcome to the three guys. There's only two. Al. I should have pulled that up real quick, but Paul will be along. He started a new job, and he doesn't get off until 7 tonight, so he'll be along.
Right.
Yeah.
He's got a 12-hour shift, man.
Yeah,
I did those when I was young, and they were hard on me.
I did those when I was working security, and they were hard on me. Yes, like a week of 12s is hard to do. Right. So this is going to be fun today because Al keeps freezing because he's on his satellite thingy there, the Starlink. So I might be here alone.
You know what? It hasn't been this bad. We've just switched over to a new internet provider, and I have yet to get the extenders set up. They're still set up on the old provider, so we still have both here. But right now I am on the new provider, and unfortunately I am a floor down and 3/4 away across the house, which is not a small house. And so we need to add an extender or a different router to it, one or the other.
And are these issues coming up on your show?
Not as bad as it did already at the beginning of this one.
It must be Gail, knowing that you're down here with me.
I'm trying to listen. I don't hear the TV going on upstairs.
What did you put your settings down to?
480.
Yeah.
I
had to go lower than that at the farm. Now I don't. I got 1.5 gigs coming in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I figure once I get, because everything else, like our TV upstairs, which is almost basically the same distance as I am, but it's I'm downstairs. I'm in the next level.
Yeah.
And because like our TV's on the new system and it's working fine.
Of course it is.
Yeah, much better than it was before. I can tell you that.
The speed's better.
Yeah. I haven't really sat there and looked at the numbers. I see a lot of people that do.
I do.
They're always constantly checking, comparing speeds and this and that. If I don't see any buffering in my programming, I'm happy.
So now I feel like I'm looking at you.
Oh, okay, all right.
I always feel weird. I always feel weird when I'm over on the other side because I look like I'm looking at the wall.
Well, I can look this way. Does it look like I'm looking at you? If I look at myself,
that's better.
Yeah, okay. I'll look at myself.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Then I'll look like I'm looking at you. Yes. So I don't know. Did you see my post I put up earlier today on Facebook?
Which one? There's been about 100.
No. I put most of my cannabis posts over to the psychedelics and cannabis educational news. So I put up less posts on Facebook.
Yeah.
Maybe more personal stuff, I guess.
To which post are you referring?
Well, you know how Facebook's always asking what's on your mind.
Yes, I've done
Yeah,
a few of those. Yes.
yeah. So I did one tonight and or today, earlier today, and I said that what's on my mind. That I feel that the short form of artificial intelligence is spelt wrong.
Only because you're sick of people calling you Al.
Because, like,
Is
the
it
cap.
the proper way to spell it is not with a cap, correct?
I don't know. I guess it depends on how you're using it.
I thought that was your argument.
No, 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 no. My argument was that the capital L, capital I on a computer,
The cap.
and the phone is a small L.
Oh.
Okay, it's not a capital I like the one that we learned in school that has the line across the top and the bottom and a line up and down in the middle,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
So
So that's the
somebody's
capital.
either using a comma, a straight comma. No, someone's not using the right pronunciation, not pronunciations. What do they call that?
Is that a spelling?
Punctuation.
It's a spelling error.
Yeah. Okay.
It's instead of intelligence, it's l'intelligence because it's an L. L'intelligence,
Oh, okay.
right?
That's
Yeah.
very intelligent.
And so I just figured that maybe why not use a small I, and then it doesn't look like it's calling out everybody like ow
Then they
ow.
couldn't
It's like
do.
that. It's like that audio. Ow 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 ow.
What if it was
Every
two
time I turn
L's?
the news on, ow
If it
ow
was
ow
if it
ow.
was two L's, then I wouldn't care if it was two L's.
No,
No.
because it'd be alls.
Oh, oh, oh,
Oh.
oh, oh. What are you smoking, buddy?
I got a vape pen right here, and before I started the show, because I don't smoke in the house, I was smoking some cherry pie.
Ooh, I like cherry pie.
Yeah.
It's a good one. Yes. Somebody just came into your home.
Yes.
Now they're leaving.
No, no, that was the door closing. First squeak was it opening.
My old when I pull in to turn around, I use somebody else's driveway that I don't know. It's like, hey mom, somebody's here. Hey mom, they're leaving.
That's right. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Excuse me. So, like I said, a small I. I think the owls should get together, should team up on this.
Well,
And we're not artificial intelligence, unless
ouch. You know,
I haven't been informed.
there's a reason why we're being informed about this AI crap lately, because the big story on it is Google starting up their whole AI branch, their artificial in charge. But the guy who developed it is telling people, whoa, 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 because Hal's coming after you.
Yeah. I've seen that. I've seen some of the headlines. I haven't watched or read lots into it, but I have seen the
Well, the
headlines
gist of it, this is the
on
guy.
it.
This is the guy that developed Google's new AI for whatever they want to use it for.
Yeah.
And he's left Google, and he's publicly stating that made a boo-boo, shouldn't be doing that.
Oh.
This could be very dangerous, basically.
Like they were only would it be like an actual computer taking over
Well,
and being able to think for itself versus just like I see all this chap art stuff or whatever is going on
No,
there.
nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
You've seen 2001: A Space Odyssey?
Oh,
That's the one
maybe.
from the 70s, I guess, 60s, 70s. That's where
That's one.
the HAL reference comes to, because the computer that was taking over the space station
Mhm.
was HAL 10, HAL 10 or whatever. I don't
Something
fucking know.
like that.
But
Yeah.
not that they've made reference to that. I'm making reference to that
Mhm.
because I remember that movie vividly, and things from that movie, just like Star Trek, are
Yeah.
coming to fruition. I mean, if there wasn't for
Well,
Star Trek, we wouldn't have had our flip phones,
get smart.
communicators,
Get
phones,
smart.
shoe
Yeah.
phones. Yes,
Shoe
shoe
phones.
phones wouldn't have been popular in the 70s.
Yeah, which I look at that as sort of the beginning. That's the beginning of the cell phones. Well, when they first came out, that's what they were. They were a great big, you know, big rectangular box with an antenna on them. Then they had some that were in a
You know,
bag.
I'm going to enjoy doing this because Al is very structured when he does a show, but it ain't going to work with me.
Oh, I've got down
I've
some
got
things.
stuff.
Yeah. Well, the Al thing was one of them.
I'm trying to work. I had that all recorded, and then I went and looked for it. I couldn't fucking find it anywhere.
Oh,
I thought that we
really?
both, one of us, I thought one
You
of us,
had it.
I thought one of us hit record, but it's not there.
Oh. Or do I need to do a search for it? No, I won't do a search for it because then it's going to mess up my reception.
Let's just do what we're doing. I have
Yeah.
a question for Al because um, I have an interest in health stuff. Al has Crohn's disease,
Mhm.
and we were talking about a while back if mushrooms would help. Did you do any research on that?
No, to tell you the truth,
Because
I
I know
didn't.
for some people it can cause mushroom issues, tummy issues.
Well, I know that the mushrooms can cause tummy issues because of breaking things down.
And the acid.
Yeah. Now, the way around that, what I'm told is, and reading, is this lemon tech procedure where you soak it in soak your mushrooms in
And then
lemon
it
juice.
removes the acid.
It breaks it down. Yeah, exactly.
Makes it easier to like. So I've been grinding. I grind a coffee grinder full every now and then, and I've actually raised myself up to 0.3 grams. So 2 caps, okay, because they're 50,
Yeah.
and I'm doing it every day.
Oh,
Pretty much.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good. I can search on my phone without messing up my reception.
Yeah, use your bandwidth on your phone. You got to use it. I don't even use my fucking phone. I'm paying like $100 a month for a cell phone that I don't even make a
Yeah.
call on.
Um.
Up here, there's no. I go 10 minutes out of town. I got no reception.
Oh, wow, that's bad. You need to get a Starlink mobile unit put on your vehicle.
No, I'm quite fine. I'd be quite fine cutting my phone off right at the moment. Al, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
all I get is spam and annoying beeps when you guys are
Yeah.
talking all afternoon about silly little programs and stuff. Just go with the. If anybody listening has any suggestions on an app that allows you to sign things and send them over to somebody else, please let us know.
Yeah,
That's
the one
the
that's pretty
topic of
simple, pretty
discussion.
basic.
Yeah.
We don't need a lot of frills and
I think
thrills with it.
PDF filler will be the one that we use.
Yeah,
Uh,
probably.
Adobe,
Well,
I've used Adobe. I used Adobe
oh,
for the signing stuff for the house,
yeah.
and it's great. It works, but it's confusing and it costs a lot.
Well, yeah. And if all you're looking for, is for signatures. You're not looking for all those frills and things that you never use. It's sort of like on a computer. You get certain programs and you use them, and there's lots of things that the computer can do that you never ever get near.
What I don't like is buying something that you only use once. Okay, here's my point. All right,
Yeah.
I bought putting in a fence for
Mhm.
a pooch, so I went and nobody up here has a post digger. So I
Oh.
went and got one of those shovels that you go like that and you pull it out
Mhm.
like that. So I'm going to be a sore camper this summer because that's what I'm going to be doing. But I will have the young fellers come in and drink beer and do that for me. So
Good,
yeah.
good, good. Now, to answer your question on the mushroom
All
thing.
right.
Now, obviously I haven't done much research. I just got this one article that came up on Reddit, and they say that cause of okay, Remicade, the drug that I was on for years, is ineffective for Crohn's disease, which is a tumor neurosis factor, which is a TNF uh, drug, which I knew that end of it, but it's a natural protein which has been implicated in the cause of Crohn's disease. So what they have suggested, as I read through here, it goes on to receptors and blah 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 blah. I'm not going to read it all to you, but here down at the bottom it says new research suggests that low dose magic mushrooms could be used as an alternative to Remicade.
So okay. So
And I
this
spent like 10 years on that stuff.
this is the same story, but with cannabis that I got from my doctor when he asked me at 16 if I wanted to go off Ritalin and Dexedrine
Oh,
because I was on very high doses. And
okay.
so at 16, my parents and my doctor gave me the choice of
Hmm.
stopping those pills every day for that I had been doing since the age of 5.
Wow. Yeah.
Now, I was a case study. I'm sure we'll talk about that one day when we have a mental health professional on or something. But I used to go every Tuesday and Thursday in a cab that my mom had arranged.
Hmm.
And this is back when they used those computer cards. You ripped it off, gave it to the driver, he processed it, and you went on your way.
Yeah.
I would go down to the Hinks Clinic in Toronto, and they would watch me through windows, be a little shithead, and then I would go home. Um, my doctor said at 16, are you using pot? Are you smoking marijuana, as they called it back then? Or we call it cannabis now because that's the natural name. And I said, no, I wasn't. But I didn't tell him I was selling it, but I wasn't using it. But
it was funding. It was funding his.
it was the
his
60s.
yeah.
Okay. So he said, if you're using cannabis, stop taking the pills because it'll do the same thing. For ADHD, Ritalin, Dexedrine, Consorta, there's a few others now. If you want to get off those, which I have done, I am using cannabis and magic mushrooms, and I'm microdosing every day, and it's kicked the depression right out of the door. Get out.
Oh, perfect. Good
Well,
stuff.
I'm not saying I don't
Yeah.
get depressed, but Al, you've known me for 10 years or so, and you've
Yeah.
seen every
You cry.
yeah.
There's yeah, you can be bummed out, but
I have
there's
gotten, as Al knows, I have gotten to the point where I'm not just bummed out, I'm drooling on the couch for days.
correct. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Um,
exactly. And that's not bummed
so
out.
no, that's not bummed out.
No.
But that's chronic depression. And you factor in a mood disorder and ADHD and diabetes and, fibro and pain and blah, blah, blah. I got a fucked up shoulder. I got 12 screws in my shoulder. It creates a quandra for your head. And then I can't stop my head from I mean, I am forever now telling myself to shut the fuck up.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean, man. And when I was at my very worst with my Crohn's disease, I actually found a spot where things went quiet.
Yeah, where was that? In the tub?
No, it was just a time in my life there where it just went. I just like it was wow, like holy shit, like it's my mind's not going 100 miles an hour. Things are actually quiet. Whether stress was all gone or it wasn't really gone, it was just so severe because I was at my worst with my Crohn's disease.
I find it, and a lot of people talk about mental health and different strains, and
Mm,
and there is some validity to that because there are some strains like White Widow that I won't touch.
mm-hmm.
It makes me an angry man. But one strain I'm enjoying now is Island Pink Kush.
Oh, nice.
And this is Acapulco Gold. I got an old favorite. I'm very bright in here today. I've got all the windows open.
Oh, so the sun probably made it that far north, did it?
Oh yes, it's been nice all week. I made
Really?
hash on the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the first time I've done it. I did it. I helped Michael Puff Dog,
Mm.
one of the original founders of Dads for Marijuana. Dads for Marijuana, yeah. He came up to the farm with my buddy Kelly, and we sat around and made hash. So he showed me how to do it. Then I went and got bags. I got a 5-bag set, and
Mm.
I tried doing it inside. Won't do that again.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
very messy, Al. You raise that mixer up just a little bit too far, and there's pot everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. So we went out to the deck once. It's hard to sit out on the deck all day because it's in direct sunlight till about 4 o'clock. Then it starts to go around the other side of the house.
Yeah.
And it gets quite warm in the sun during the day here.
Mhm.
We've
Yeah.
had it up to 23 already.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we've got 2 of 4 walls in our upper living space that are windows, top ceiling to floor, and the sun is on them all afternoon.
I face southwest, but really south,
Yeah.
and the sun from about 2 o'clock in the afternoon until 10, till it goes
Yeah.
down, uh, is beating in my front window. And the window that I call my snow globe, and um, it will raise that room from maybe 14 up to 20s, easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're pointing south, like just a little bit southwest, but mainly south. And that sun hits that window, and then as it goes down, it comes around the corner, it gets the backside. So
Well, here's the nice.
it can make it really nice in the wintertime. The furnace doesn't come on as often when the wood chill goes down, but
Yeah.
the heat that comes in through the window because of the sun rays is nice in the winter.
Dean heats his whole house with one fireplace upstairs using pellets,
Oh,
and they have fans and stuff that blow
okay, yeah.
around, and I think some heaters for the rooms downstairs. But I have a high efficiency blue lighted electric
Mm-hmm.
furnace here, which is kind of cool, except for when my hydro bill goes up into the $600 range. but
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I'm
I
not
can.
paying gas. I'm not paying gas. That's my only bill for the house, really.
It's like some
Oh,
people live by putting everything onto a MasterCard, then they pay it off once a month. So
yeah,
like,
I do that. So I'm just using
yeah.
hydro.
So like if you had to combine your gas and your hydro use, would it still come to
About 400 bucks each.
you know Similar pricing, maybe, or a little bit different. Yeah.
It would be a little bit more,
Yeah.
actually, I think, because I'd have to pay for oil or gas.
Oh,
And
goodness,
we only
gas.
have propane here, so then you've got to rent
Well,
your
if
jugs.
it's protein, if it's propane, you didn't save any money.
Well, this is the thing.
I'll
So
tell you that. Holy shit.
I get it's called Northern Ontario Energy Fund or something like that. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
oh.
I
No,
don't know.
I know.
But it's, you know what, it's working out. And see, now it's May, and
Mhm.
this bill is under like $350. So it was as high as almost $6 with the furnace running.
Oh,
And now I have the furnace on now just because it's only 12 outside and there's no sun on me. So
right.
but
Yeah,
I
you still gotta maintain some temperature in the house, even though it's looking nice and sunny there. But yeah, 12 degrees outside doesn't create much heat on the inside.
well, let's
Just
look
your
here.
furnace just comes on less than if it was minus 40 out there. That's all.
Let's look here. Okay. The it is 20.5 Celsius in here with 25% humidity. Downstairs in the basement, it's 18%,
Mm.
or 18 Celsius, 36%. Outside in the greenhouse, it is 28 with 29%.
Oh,
Out,
you got anything in your greenhouse?
no,
Yeah, I wonder. That's
buckets from
maybe
last.
it's pretty low.
No, I've got a bunch just sitting in my little sun blaster thingy
Oh
that
yes.
I bought a little mini dome, and they're about halfway up to the top. So hopefully, in a couple of days, maybe I might transplant them into Dixie cups.
Yeah,
What I did was I started them in Dixie cups, and they were
I
flopping
saw them.
all over the place. So I went and I got little shot glasses, little Dixie
Oh,
cup shot glasses,
yeah.
which the pods fit right into. That's what they're into now. Yes, I put holes in the bottom. But so then they'll go into Dixie cups until I put them into the pods, right? Because I've got to pull the old bags out,
Yeah.
and then I've got to I'm going to wash it down with vinegar and mow all the daisies that have started growing in there. There's a lot of daisies in there.
So why don't we talk about that, the outdoor garden growing situations, as far as, obviously, if you're talking about 12 degrees, you're not about to put anything in the ground. A lot of people like to put their stuff in the ground on the May 2-4 weekend, and that's coming up this weekend. So that's why I'm bringing that up.
I was told not to put anything in there until it was 11 degrees at night in there.
In the greenhouse.
In the greenhouse.
Oh, so what is the temperature in there?
Right now, 28.
Yeah, but
28.
at night. Yeah, right
At
now.
night, 6, 7, 8, that kind of thing.
Okay, but
So it's getting,
as far as people in general putting their plants outside, when it comes to the cannabis plants, so many people want to put them out on the May 2-4 weekend.
but
I'm a kind of a person that sort of says, I like to hold off on that, because
the guys have been telling me the first full moon of June.
I don't know when that is.
Yeah, I haven't. Well, here, let me look. I got one of those things that has. Sounds like I'm at the other end of the room now. I'll be right back. Let's see here. Full moon in June. Full moon in June. Wow, that's way at the end of June. No, that's not.
Oh, I ain't waiting that long.
But yeah, I mean, May 2-4 weekend's the weekend that everything opens up around here.
Yeah, the parks and different things going on. But as far as putting your plants out, like we've had 2 frost warnings this week
Already.
Yeah, exactly. So, you can look at the long range forecast, but things, forecasts sometimes can be like fortune tellers, get some of it right, but not all of it right. And I hate to see somebody put out some small seedlings out there that aren't well protected for the weather and see them lose them. So,
Well, I'm not willing to. It's bad enough I got to sit there and look for balls.
lift up their leaves.
Yeah,
What's
but
going on under there?
bend over. But on the weather side of things, I ventured up with Dean's son up what they call the Mill Road, which is a road that cuts through from Terrace Bay, like lots of miles into the bush, through the bush, and then you come out at another highway that's hours away.
Oh yeah. I get some of them down here.
It is an actual logging road. You hear
Nice.
it's a logging road. I mean, you're going down the road, and all of a sudden, 5 trucks go whipping fucking by you.
Well, you got all-wheel drive. You should be good going down there.
Yeah. So we went up to the first bridge, and I took a picture. You saw that picture probably this week. It's very nice in there. But my point was, you look into the bush, and there's still cover. It's like white. There's still snow in the bush. I still have one little bit of ice in the corner here in my backyard.
That's what I mean.
But everything else is gone. We've raked up the poop. I bought one of those. I did something different, and I bought a chainsaw. I have a major phobia about spinning blades because I've had a few incidences or been around a few incidences with a chainsaw in the bush. And so I bought a pruning chainsaw.
Okay, yeah.
I figured it'll work tenfold because
it's on a pole. It's on a pole, so your hand's not.
No, it's the size of a drill, Al.
Oh, really?
Size of a drill. You hold it in your hand. It's electric, and it's not like it's more like. But Aries was trying it the other day. We're clearing out some of the overgrowth and the birch trees that are just popping up all over the place, like little sprigs and that, right? And it worked. It worked. We're clearing. I'm clearing some of the backyard for more space for the rows.
Yeah.
In anticipation to fence in the rows. I'm going to fence in my roses.
You're gonna keep the rabbits out of them? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, you don't want to go into the rabbit story with Rosa.
Tessa's got lots around here too. She's got some spares she can send you if you want.
I zagged down into the fucking ravine in Toronto. She came back up with a baby bunny. I was so and she killed it. I don't know if it was, it could have been dead. But came up with a baby bunny in her mouth, and I was so upset. But in her defense, she grew up on a farm. So, that's what she did. We used to let Buster and Charlie take off at the farm in Southgate, and they would run 4 fields before they'd come back. You know how dumb. And we got worried because the coy dogs were around a lot up there. You guys got coy dogs there. We just have wolves here. We have big furry guys walk past my lawn, like quite literally.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I saw a fox last week when I was out on my walk. I spotted it before the dog did.
There's a fox living somewhere out back here. I see it quite frequently on camera. Yeah. I've never run into it at night. When I got here, the previous owners decided to leave me a present which was a garbage can and lid that had a very visible bear mark on it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Here's what you're moving into.
Yeah.
Uh,
Now, back to the outdoor garden
yep.
thing again.
Yep.
Personally, what I'm going to do is, my previous experiences have usually been indoors. So, like last year when I grew outdoor,
You haven't grown much outdoors, have you?
no, mine's been mainly indoors. And when anything that I would have maybe thrown out in the past outdoors,
Just for fun.
I never and never ever had any problems. But it wasn't much.
Yeah.
But I found last year I put them out, damn things went white. The leaves went white. I went, what the fuck is this? I've never seen white leaves
Is that
before.
a water issue?
No, it was sun.
Too much sun, they got bleached.
Too much sun. Yeah, it got bleached. I didn't harden them. Like I've put out small things like years ago, but these last year were bigger. Something like this.
It was just like,
yeah, exactly. And it took them like 2 or 3 weeks to recover from that. None of them died, but it obviously slowed them down. But like I said, by 3 weeks. So this year, I'm going to harden them, and I'll start that after the long weekend. So
what about your greenhouse?
June, huh?
What about using your greenhouse?
Well, it's got the vegetables in it right now.
You're supposed to put the vegetables outside in the pot in the greenhouse.
The greenhouse is a combination vegetables and storage.
Yeah, I know. Did you get a new top for it?
For the green? No, that's the tarp barn.
That's the other.
We're going to be putting steel on it this weekend, as long as the weather is good.
I guess you should have taken that fucking steel from the farm, huh?
Oh, this is different. This is different steel.
I'm so annoyed. I had a dozen poles there, which I need now.
Mm-hmm.
I had 20 or 30 of those green metal ones that you use the wire to wrap
the T-bar. The T-bar.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was all around the orchard, as you know.
Mm.
What else did I not bring with me? Lots of tables. Al got them.
I got some plywood. I put it to use.
Oh yeah, and did the ants get rid of the ants?
Yeah. The carpenter ants or whatever the hell was living
Those
in
were
them.
huge.
Yeah, exactly. Buried right into the plywood, man.
Yeah. But I've never heard of the white thing. I've heard of the bleaching thing, but I didn't know they would go white. What about putting some kind of shade over top of it?
The plants themselves.
Yeah, like put up a pergola and then put them underneath. They're getting sunlight, but it's not direct.
I guess you could do that. Put a
pergola.
Take one of those shelter tops and 10 by 10 shelters and put them underneath that. I know in the past, I know one guy, he would put them in his woodshed. But it was an open faced woodshed, like a lean-to, but it was big. And they just put their plants in there, and they got some sun in the morning, but didn't get any of the very high intensity afternoon sun.
I get sun from about 10 o'clock in the morning, maybe even a little earlier, right up until I put the greenhouse in a spot so that it starts here and then it goes around to the front. So it's getting sunlight on the side during the morning, and then it gets on the front, and then on the side it gets it all afternoon. So We'll see. It's there's lots of growth going on in there already.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
I need to put some black mat down, some of that felt stuff down.
Correct. Keep the weeds down. Now, just
Yeah.
remember that, we've got 2 raised garden beds out front, and we put some triple mix in them. But before we put the triple mix in them, we put some of that black mad stuff that you're talking about. But I look at it as, seeds fly through there, fall out of birds' mouths, whatever, and eventually something's going to grow in there. Some weeds will eventually get into it, but for now, at least it'll be weed free for this year, anyways.
I've got I bought, to control the humidity, I bought an arm for the windows. I've got one to try it. I've mentioned this a few times.
Yes.
And if it works, then I'll get another one for the other side, because there are 2 windows. And I can also open up the door anytime I want, right? So.
Right. Oh, I know what I've lost. When I logged back in here on the StreamYard, it put me into. What did it put me into? It put me into
State of confusion.
Not the Microsoft version of ExplorerNet, or not ExplorerNet, but Internet Explorer. What is that? Edge.
Edge, yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, this is the first time I've used it, because I'm looking over here going, "What are these? I've never seen these before. What the hell is going on?"
If you Microsoft just did a major update, and so did Apple. Apple's about to do a new system, a new OS, which my Are you reading that, Al? We're going to have to adjust the time of the 3 high guys, I think.
Shit. We still aren't done. Oh, wow. Holy smokes, man. He's looking at another 1.5 hours before he gets out of work.
I know, eh?
And then he's got the drive home. Woo. We'll be done by then.
Yep. It's okay. Yeah. We'll figure it out. We when we started planning this, Paul didn't have a job.
No, Paul didn't. And,
so we'll figure it out if we have to do it on the weekend, or if we have to change the time or whatever. We'll figure it out.
We can adjust. With this, I think the 2 of us, because he was getting his message was he was getting off at 7 because he's working 7 to 7. So now he's putting in some overtime on top of that 12-hour shift.
Well, fuck you, Paul.
Oh, I see why he says, "Oh shit." Oh, tomorrow's another 15-hour day.
Yep.
Go home, eat, shit, shower.
This is what happens when you do what you love.
Yeah. Half an hour break and then back to work again. Oh, wow. Well,
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. See what is, does he have a regular day of the week that he has off? Like, obviously, the job is just new. This is like, we didn't even know about last week.
His first week.
Last
week was his first week.
Was it? Oh yeah, we weren't on last week. So
and he's not even allowed to talk about it.
Oh, well, yeah.
He's got one of them search and destroy, say nothing, do nothing.
Yeah, non-disclosures. Yeah. And he's got his drive home. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's lots of jobs out there that do that. Yeah.
Unlike me, I like to do crazy things like produce podcasts while driving down the 401.
Well, yeah, you've done that. Yes. Yeah. You got the laptop going on the passenger seat.
And I was thinking about that the other day, because I mean, for a year, basically, 8 months, I was at my mom's, and most of the time I was doing Al's shows, putting them to air. My mom was sitting on the couch watching her shows. I missed that actually. Yeah.
Well, I remember that sometimes that you'd be saying something, you'd be talking to her
Yeah,
during the
because I
broadcast.
didn't unmute my mic. I didn't mute my mic. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Okay. What else I got on my list of things here?
I'm gonna look at stuff too. I have some stuff that
Okay, now we haven't, you and we haven't gotten together for the three high guys here since in 2 weeks, and
yes,
during that time,
some stuff has happened.
right, correct, the Global Marijuana March
Yeah,
happened.
which we attended, and go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, we attended that, and
Well, you attended it. I was in your pocket.
yeah, you were there visually, I guess you could say. And
We need to get you a video T-shirt so that I can go on the T-shirt while you're walking around.
yeah, that way everybody sees you. Can I get a hat maybe with your picture on it? Because like on cold days, like people wouldn't see you. Like if you were looking at, like you're on my shirt in a cold day, you'd be looking at the inside of my jacket.
You a picture of me with cold nipples.
Now, as far as
Sorry for that visual.
yeah, okay. Oh, just so you know, my brother, he's down in Arizona right now.
The one that comes up here.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah. He's down in Arizona, and he sent me a picture of what his phone said the temperature was, and then a picture of what the temperature was according to the thermometer on his truck. And the one on his phone was 100 degrees Fahrenheit. The one
I
on his
understand.
truck was 108 Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And you guys down there have already gotten up to the 30s, haven't you?
We've had some of those days during April there. They came along and there was a couple in
It hasn't gone over 23 up here yet.
oh no, we've had beyond that. Yeah.
I will not need an air conditioner
Um,
here.
no, I don't think so. Now back to the GMM. Yeah, we attended that.
It was about
It was
150, maybe 200 people.
yeah, and there was less than that on the march.
Well, that
There
was because a lot of people didn't actually go on the walk. When I go down there,
yeah.
when I have gone down there, I didn't go on the walk either.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Even the large events when there are 25,000 people there, or more, they not everybody goes on the march.
Naomi
Yeah.
even turned around and went back. It's just
Yeah.
it's for all of us OG cannabis people. It's gotten too hard to even do that. I can't even walk.
Yeah.
The last event that we went to was the Karma Cup last year.
Mm.
No, where
No. We did
the
the
last event
kind
I
events
went
and
to,
stuff.
you didn't go to. It was Lyft. I hung out with Timmy and MJ.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't been to Lyft in years.
Yeah, I don't remember what the last
We
uh,
did well.
event that we actually went to.
Oh, the both of us at the same time. Okay. Yeah, really. But the turnout, like you said, it was small. There was about the 7 vendors. You could get anything from clones to dabs, and
And the cops
flour
are
was
just
there.
walking right by, not
Cop,
bothering them.
cops weren't even bothered. Weren't I was behind them. I was coming back in just before we went live, and I heard like 4 guys went by me on the bikes, and they said, or bicycles, and they said, I don't smell them yet, but I know they're here. So that told me right that he was talking about the cannabis people. And we've actually only the circle around the horse in the middle, which has all been changed over.
Yes.
There's ledges and stuff like that, and
More
there's
trees so people don't put up tents and things like that.
and there's tile or rock, like some
It's
are
very nice.
bricks or,
Yep.
or yeah, artsy bricks, I guess you want to
Now
call it.
let's also inform people that
Decorative.
while this was going on, the GMM happens every year, regardless of the weather. Usually of May, first weekend in May, correct?
Yeah.
And
First weekend, yeah.
Yep.
Saturday.
First Saturday in May.
Since 1999.
And there's been 25,000 or more people who show up for this thing. Now, here's the thing, though. They didn't like the pot people on the north yard of Queen's Park, where we meet. This year happened to be the gentleman formerly known as Prince and his coronation.
He was on the south end.
Yeah, he wasn't there, but Doug Ford was.
Correct.
So there was a hell of a lot of security because the hash guy. People don't like the hash guy.
So when we went to do the march and leave, and actually to tell you, I went around and talked to people that had the booths that were vending, and I would say I got a good reception.
Yeah, but nobody really wanted to talk.
But nobody. Only person I think I really talked to as far as vending wise was Kim Stockings, hippie bong stocking, and her tie dye.
Yeah, I like her tie dye stuff.
Oh yeah. I got a few. I got a few shirts and hoodies that she's done for me.
You know what I found when I was speaking of the GMM? While I was unpacking stuff, I found that Trudeau zigzag shirt that you got me.
Oh yeah, it's in my closet. Yeah.
That was then.
I haven't worn it in years. It's probably since those days. Since fuck, how long ago was that? Holy Christ!
That was God, I don't remember. It was before he got elected. This is for sure.
Oh yeah. You're probably looking 10 years. Probably when he started talking about legalization, and then the boys got a hold of things there before they got their cease and desist order, and they put together that picture of him on the zigzags. But what I'm wondering when it comes to the GMM, and from my understanding, Nathan Phillips Square, which wasn't even the 420 this year, it was actually at Yonge and Dundas, back to Yonge and Dundas. It wasn't a very big crowd as either.
But it turned into a crowd that would block off the whole Dundas
in the past. Yeah. It didn't this year. No, not anymore. That's why they moved it. Because it was blocking it off, so they moved things to Nathan Phillips Square. It was a bigger space.
They actually asked at the time, Chris, not to come back. It was too much for them. And I think there was some issues with the Eaton Center as well. But so they said, if you remember correctly, don't come back to Nathan Phillips Square, and we'll let you go out to where Woodbine used to be.
Woodbine, right? Correct.
Which is where they've also allowed the Karma Cup to go out there a couple of years ago. They did it on the stage and blah 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 blah. But I think that because that all changed when legalization started, right? Like as soon as
legalization and COVID sort of, it was sort of.
But what I'm like,
I don't remember ever doing a march or a rally with legalization, and
no, we haven't. But the markets in Hamilton and Toronto are starting up again. The you
markets
call them illegal, you call them illegal markets, but they're not. They are legacy markets.
I get the invites.
Yeah. I see the posts because it's all the people that in Ontario, anyways, that used to come to the lounge every week when we did
Yeah.
our
Well,
and
I attend one. I attend one once a month.
yeah,
Take some equipment there with me, and
you're more than welcome to tell people about that. That's the whole reason why you go. And they haven't had any problems there
no, no.
because it's a church or because it's just quiet.
I don't know. It's advertised. The Cannabis Temple in Keene.
Yeah.
It's advertised. I've been promoting it. Others are promoting it. It's not a big, large scale event, but
How many people do you think come?
we squish buds there.
Yeah.
Turns people's buds into dabs. It's a process. We're not selling them a product or anything. Just squish, squish,
Well,
squish.
you know what? From what I understand, swaps are okay, and that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
You go and
Give us some buds, we give you some dabs back.
it's also um, uh, it's I won't say it's legal, but I will say it's not illegal for a medical patient to be remunerated for medicine that has been given to somebody, but you can't sell it. You can remunerate, but you can't sell it. There's a wording there, and I'm not right at the word.
Yeah. Karaoke. This time around.
No, thank you. No.
Hey, you don't
Mary
wanna sing?
Jane's big on karaoke.
Is she?
Yes, she loves it.
Yeah, actually, I saw her singing there with Hugh. Hugh of um jeepers.
Dylan.
Yeah,
Stone.
Headstones, yeah. But yeah, no, it's always a good time. Actually, there's a live broadcast done. Spiritual Sunday is broadcasted live from the event with Reverend Kelly, and I know that Grandma Earth, Mother Earth, Grandma Earth, Grandmama Earth. I can't remember what her name is, and her friend, and what they are two puppets, and they're involved in the program as
I've
well.
heard about the puppets. Yes, I have.
So they have their little segment. So it's all down there on the stage, and everybody can sit there and watch. So
Do a lot of people come through?
number wise, I've never actually counted people. I know some people have come from a distance, from Kingston. I
I don't
know.
like it because it's 5 minutes from the fucking farm, and now I'm way up here.
um, we talk to people. I would say probably more of the local people. Is there thousands of people coming through? No,
But you know what? In Hamilton,
it's a nice little social time. Everybody gets
when we
along and has a good time.
when we started doing Canacade in Hamilton, it was mostly local people
Mm-hmm.
because those were the vendors. And then vendors started coming in from London and all over Ontario, and then people started coming down for the day to
Oh yeah.
Hamilton and then staying for the event and then leaving, going back home. It now what people are doing is they're still going to the events, but now they have another alternative. A lot of people I know, they'll go for a drive on the weekends. They'll go up to Alderville, they'll go to Tanganago, they'll go to another reservation that they're close that has cannabis, and that'll be their day. They'll get their cannabis, they'll get their smokes. We do the same thing up here with gas and cigarettes, although I don't smoke cigarettes. There is no cannabis on the reservation here yet.
None, eh?
Not
Well,
a,
this I can tell you. What I'm vaping here is off the reservation. Is some hash rosin from Legacy 420. What I have found with I'm just watching our time there. And the reason why I'm watching our time. What I have found with the ones I've bought from the
the
stores is
reason
that
he's watching our time is because he forgot it's a 2-hour show, not a 1-hour show.
no, it's so we can run a commercial.
I know, I'm just kidding.
Why don't we do that right now? I'm gonna click on some buttons. I'm gonna run the commercial break. How's that?
You go right ahead. I put the BBS. Now I got the BBW. You know,
Yeah.
and I like BBWs, so I liked that. Anyways, go ahead, Al, because I've loaded a bunch here. If you want to load a couple of more, you're more than welcome to. I just
Okay. Oh, I had the phone. Okay. All right. We'll be right back. All right. We'll see you shortly. I just gotta decide which one I'm gonna click on first. Here we go. See you in a bit.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or CBGtv.
White Sumo, a rare slightly sativa-dominant hybrid strain. 60% sativa, 40% indica, created through crossing the classic Sumo target with white OG strains.
You're watching the Cannabis Broadcasting Group here at CBGtv.com.
Holy button push guy.
Yes, there was a lot of I usually do them in sets, so it just all runs for like
I haven't gotten that far yet.
well, I'm going. I'll get some created, and I noticed on the White Sumo on the bud break there, I have to adjust the volume levels. I did that like in 20 minutes or something.
Yeah, the little one that I made there at the beginning of the show that you just showed as well. I did that while I was watching Homestead Rescue.
I thought it was gonna say, I wasn't even thinking it had a disclaimer in it. I was thinking, oh, it's like a promo. You're watching the Three High Guys.
It's going to end up into you're watching it's going to be a whole thing, but that's as far as I got today.
Yeah. And we'll be creating some more stuff. It's just I got a program now, and
like you, we've got other things going on as well. So
yeah,
we'll get there.
Yeah, and hey, I think the bud breaks are going to be good.
I like them. I'm going to run them on my show on the 420 radio show as well.
What I have found, there are some promos that unfortunately seem to have to be updated all the time, and that can be a little bit of a pain in the butt because you're updating not only the main one, but then you got wherever that clip is. If it's in different sets, you got to change it out of there, and then depending on where it's being used, I can tell you, I've spent hours uploading like 5 commercials into different brands on the StreamYard accounts.
We're learning as we go. So eventually it'll be full out video commercials.
Yeah,
have a whole team
I'll
Oh,
make you
thank you.
feel good. Yeah. Okay.
We'll have a whole team. I really do feel like I'm talking to the wall when I'm over there.
When I'm looking at you, I feel like I'm looking over at my microphone over at my other monitor. Here,
And
I'll look at this. I'll look at this monitor. I won't look at you. How's that? How's that?
also, I've set everything up on Spreaker so that the minute this show is done and it's ready to be downloaded, I'll load it up into Spreaker because I didn't have it ready to go this afternoon. But they're going to be live. We'll be live on our normal audio podcast places as well. And if you have TuneIn Radio, you'll be able to listen to us on TuneIn Radio as well. And TuneIn Radio is great because it's in all the new cars. It's kind of like TuneIn Radio is kind of like Roku for cars.
Is it?
Well, no, not really. Sirius is more like that, but
serious. Yeah. Exactly. I guess one last question on the GMM and the rallies and stuff like that before we went on our break. And my question is, have they served their purpose, or are there other purposes that they can start serving for? Like, obviously, it was for cannabis legalization was the main thing. Here in Canada, we have it, but there's still people that are being hung around the world, as we saw recently in Singapore. And it is the global marijuana march.
what was the turnout like in Vancouver and other places? Do you know where there's normally a big one? Vancouver's usually got a really big one as well on the beach. I don't know much about that either.
Yeah, that I couldn't tell you.
And nobody knew in Toronto what was going on until that morning, really.
Yeah, and I can tell you, I'm on a global marijuana Toronto global marijuana march chat thread, and there are some people
2 or 3 days before.
Yeah, correct. There are some people who are talking about getting together and organizing to get
Next
things
year.
for next year, get things rolling. Start to meet right at the beginning of the new year, or even as early as December, to start going through things.
To answer your question, is it done? No. It's going to be something that a few people will keep doing, just like the abortion rallies, just like the walks for AIDS and things like that. It will keep going.
Yeah.
But it will be different. The crowd now, it's a younger crowd. A lot of people that smoke cannabis, even though they're open about it, they don't go out and publicly say, hey, light up, let's go. Most people that I know here anyways that smoke pot don't talk about it. I mean, I've been told I talk about pot too much. Have you ever been told you talk about pot too much, Al?
The odd time I've been told that. Not very often.
Yeah, no, I have.
Say, well, tell me about this. Okay, now I mentioned global. I mentioned people being killed, and this was it. This is I look at other reasons. Here in Canada, things could be improved, and that basically comes down to access to medical dose products.
We aren't killing people over cannabis, but people are dying in cannabis land. People are dying in Canada because of the access issues for medical cannabis. Even though, let's explain that though, Al. Even though Canada is recreational up the wazoo, you can pretty much get any strain, any kind of concentrate that you would want now on the legal market. But that has its issues as well. With the legal market, you would think that there'd be more control. The stuff that they can use to make this and that, some of it's banned, so you can't use it. It gets used in the quasi legal market. It doesn't get used in the legal market.
Yeah. Well, as far as globally, more countries march for the global issue of it all. So it becomes legal in more countries, and it stops killing people.
And it has helped, and it has helped the whole
Yeah.
uh, that
Yeah.
whole
Now,
thing.
as far as here in Canada, I look at it as how can it help here in Canada, and I look at things such as how it can improve, requesting the high dosage medical edibles and non-edible products, access to medical locations. We can actually go in and ask some questions, be told the answers to your question and not being told, sorry, I can't answer those questions.
My one of my guys on the 420 radio show, Lenny Welcher,
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
is the CEO of Churro Cannabis, an LP
Mm.
here in Canada in Nova Scotia. He is also a pharmacist, which gives him the luxury of now having Optimus Cannabis, which is a medical cannabis dispensary, online dispensary that can ship Canada wide now.
Oh, yeah.
And the
Good.
prices are amazing. And
Yeah.
he
Now,
himself hunts
is
down
he,
the strains. So he's
yeah.
got specific strains that he thinks will help people. And because he's a pharmacist, because this is basically what Shoppers is doing, and they've even said that they're backing out of that.
Yeah. The selling of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So Lenny has a license now to be able to help people with a medical diagnosis and figure out what strains will work for you on a medical side of things. And
Good. Because, you're not getting that in a rec store. So it's
no,
good
and
to
I'm
see that.
going to sign up. I'm going to sign up on my show. I'm going to sign up on the 420 radio show one night, and so that people can see how easy it is. And here's the thing: when you call, because there's a phone call that has to be made, right?
Oh, yeah.
When you call to talk to somebody at Optimus Cannabis about becoming a patient of theirs, you're talking to Lenny. You're talking to the pharmacist.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
eventually, there'll be so many people he won't be able to talk to everybody.
Well, yeah.
But right
Yeah.
now, he's doing one-on-one. He says if you call to sign up, you're most likely going to get me, because there has to be some kind of a conversation with a medical practitioner, which Lenny is as a pharmacist.
Yeah.
And
As you know, they can
pharmacists are
send out
awesome.
some
Pharmacists are like conservation authorities. They have more control over pills than your doctor do, because they work with them. That's their job. They are pill doctors,
Yeah,
basically.
and they also are the ones that catch quite often catch an interaction
Yep.
of a drug that you're already prescribed.
Well, they used to call them alchemists for a reason. And they
Yeah,
used to sit there, and I ask Lenny all the time, if somebody came in and wanted you to make a cream for them with cannabis in it, could you do that? He says, yes, it cost effectively. It's not worth it individually, but he could do that. Like, I remember going into my uncle's pharmacy, Keel Shepherd Drugs in Toronto. And I used to sit there, and he would let me count out pills for him. I mean, this is the 60s. Okay. But I remember watching him counting pills.
Oh, yeah.
There at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with all these tools in his hand, right? They get pretty quick at it. But he knew if you needed a cream, he would, like, this was the 60s. So even beyond that, before that, an alchemist or a pharmacist, if you had an issue and you needed a cream, they make it for you right there. They don't do that anymore. That's my point.
No. They don't make it on site that I'm aware of.
No, not anymore. But yet, when you look at old pharmacy posters and old bottles of you can get a bottle of cough medicine with cocaine in it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, cannabis. We've seen all those old bottles over the years.
That's what I mean. Yeah, they would. I've seen bottles, cough medicine with cannabis and cocaine in them.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, we can't forget about the old rumor that Coca-Cola
Coca-Cola.
And,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
when Coca-Cola first started, it had coca leaf in it, not cocaine. It had coca leaf in it. That was part of the process. I mean, it's very, very public knowledge now what goes into Coca-Cola.
Yeah, exactly. I guess we come up with the answer to the question on the rallies that
No,
they are. Yeah,
I
think
was
there's
avoiding it.
okay. I look at things, for marketing for non-tax medical products.
Let me ask you this way, okay? Are you going next year?
Yeah, I go back down.
Okay, because you weren't sure you wanted to go this year.
Well, see, that was that King thing that was going on, and I was worried about where the parking and all that traffic and all that congestion and shit like that. I wasn't looking forward to that. Huh?
It worked out.
It worked out really well. I came up with a plan. I went to a parking lot just north of the park, and I had to walk a block or two south. I parked in the one spot for 21. Well, actually, it says $21 on the sign, but you're required to use coins or a credit card, no debit.
No debit.
Who carries a dozen friggin' toonies in their pocket? Loonies and toonies.
anymore.
I don't.
Used to. I don't. I reached into my pocket the other day, and I had a $5 bill, and I said, "Where the fuck did that come from?"
So yeah. So then the credit card is the only other option, right? So I said, okay, put the credit card in. You have to buy it in $5 increments. You can go $10 or $20 increments as well. Okay, so you got 5, 10, 20. All right, $20 isn't enough. I got to put $25 into it instead of 21. So it cost me $25, which was cheaper than the parking tickets that I got in the past. Because that's usually what I got.
What's coming up next?
Lyft, I think.
I would recalculate driving down if you're going to go, because they're now ripping up the whole downtown core, repairing the tracks and making one-way streets and blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Yeah. Something
Oh, there goes Al.
train.
I'm
I'm back.
if you like it, Al.
It's only done it twice, 2 or 3, and this is the first time it did it since we started the show, right? So, well, it started at the beginning of the show, it did it, and then now it's the first time since. So it's been an hour, right? At least an hour. I just take the GO train, get off at Union Station, and walk down.
Yeah, and then there's yeah.
It'd just be a lot easier than dealing with any of that traffic and those road constructions, because it's not just downtown, like even going down Avenue Road to get to the GMM, there was construction going on down there.
Toronto's construction pit.
Well, yeah, you can't. They can't do it in the winter, so they got to do it in the summer, right? Construction season.
I just posted an article from Celeb Stoner. Apparently, Mary Louise Parker is coming back as Mrs. Bodwin, and in a new reboot of Weeds with the original cast.
Oh, interesting.
Did you see Weeds?
That should be good.
Have you seen it? I'm gonna watch the trailer.
I watched them, all of them.
Yeah, I've seen the whole show. Yep.
Have you? Yeah. I watched them as well.
Oh, hold on here.
I just thought okay. You keep talking.
Jesus. Come
What
on
am I
now.
holding on for?
Stop.
Yeah.
All right.
What?
Well, I'm trying to,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what's going on.
All right, so this is the trailer for season 8 of Weeds.
You say you like candy, well stick with me. I got some sugar up my sleeve. You like money, place your bets on me. These odds are going crazy. Don't be afraid of the big bad wolf. He's just underneath those
Oh,
There we go.
Don't be afraid of the get rich. She ain't so bad. She ain't no bitch. Ooh, it's a wicked, wicked world.
Dead hoes tell no tales.
If you're gonna kill me, please do it fast.
Once I tried.
I know who I am, and I'm nobody's bitch anymore.
Bull.
It's business. I'm gonna end this.
Everything is up for grabs.
May we not kill one another?
I'm going to have to watch this again now.
What the
beginning July the 1st.
I'm definitely going to have to start binge watching Weeds again. Get all caught up.
Yes. In order
I'm looking
to
forward to
as a refresher for it before it comes back out again.
I usually watch a season before the new season just to catch up.
Oh,
But
do you?
it's been 20 years, I think, since it was on, isn't it? Let's see what it says and how long it's been.
Oh, yeah, it's been a while. I
It
don't
was
think it's been 20
originally
years. Didn't look like she was much older.
well, I don't know. It was 2012. It ended.
Oh, so it has been 10
10
years.
years.
Wow.
It's been 10
holy
years.
cow.
Okay, it says here the Weeds sequel will be set 10 years after the show ended in the era of legalization. Well, that'll be
Wow.
interesting.
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
will.
Well, I know. See, they had some gun issues going on there. So obviously she's still working. I'm going to say within the legacy market as far as
Back up one sec. Gun issues?
Well, yeah. Didn't you see the gun in the promo? Didn't you see the gun involved in it? I'm sure I saw a gun there.
Yes, I saw it.
Like I just, yeah. I just look at it. You know, if she was on the legal market, would she still have guns?
Oh, well,
look at
you
it
know,
as
it doesn't obviously say much about the storyline other than it's going to continue 10 years later. So if you want to know what was happening 10 years ago, you've got to binge watch it. And apparently it says here the original 8 are available on Netflix. So if you still have a Netflix account, you can watch it on Netflix. And if not, I'm sure that it's on Soap Today or some other hack site that you can watch it
July. So we got another month and a half to go.
Yeah, TikTok.
I'll have to find where I can watch it because I don't have regular television anymore.
I'll make sure that you can watch it out. We'll talk about it on the show, I'm sure. Steve Bloom, who is the editor and creator of Celeb Stoner, a former editor of High Times magazine way back when in the 90s. He has been reviewing Discovery's Growing Up Belushi, or Growing Belushi, which is Jim Belushi's show about his weed business.
Correct.
Yeah, and he's been doing reviews.
I never saw it, but I knew of it.
I've only seen 2 or 3 episodes because it's one of the ones that they're hiding. And I've not been able to find it on a site that I can watch it on without porn popping up. This is the issue with using sites. Yeah.
Let me think of
porn pop-ups. Porn pop-ups.
again? Oh, I don't want Belushi.
Yeah. So, anyways, Steve Bloom has been. I'm sure we'll be reviewing Weeds as it goes along, and we'll do that. We'll do that on the Three Guy High. The Three Guy Highs. It might be two high guys. Ow! 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 Ow!
Ow. That'll have to be our intro. Well, I think we even talked about that even for this.
Where the fuck is Paul?
Yeah. Now I did pull up Belushi Farms. Now, we were talking about the Belushis.
We were talking about growing Belushi, which is his website or his business, his cannabis business. I believe that he is.
Hey, look at that. There's the question right there. Is growing Belushi only 3 episodes?
No,
And it says here, according to celebstoner.com,
3 seasons. It's
it
now
says
in its.
it says we just finished our 45th day of shooting. We're doing 6 episodes compared to 3 in season 2. So in season 3, they got 6 episodes. That's the way I'm reading this.
Which I've seen the first 3 episodes in season 1. That's what I've seen so far.
The next question is, where can I watch Growing Belushi in Canada?
Discovery.
Correct.
But I have not been able to find it on Discovery Canada yet. So it might not be. It might not have been released in Canada yet.
Yeah, they say that audience reviews of Growing Belushi is great show, very informative on the struggles of creating a new cannabis BUS farm, as well as giving.
That's how I used to. That's how I used to spell it in the 70s. Cannabis.
Yeah, that's yeah.
It's a good show. I've enjoyed what I've seen. I'd like to watch the whole thing. I'd like to, watch a few more than 3 episodes. Yeah. So hopefully it'll be on.
They mentioned Fubo TV, Philo, and Sling. Now I've heard of Sling, but I never heard of Fubo.
I've heard of Fubo. They're all alternatives to watch.
I don't know.
There's just subscription services. I've got Prime TV, and Discovery Plus is a part of Prime now. So is Disney Plus. I'm sorry, not Disney Plus, but Disney. Yeah.
Yeah, it says something about here. When can I watch season 3 on Netflix? They said that almost 2. Yeah. It's basically gives me a date, like as if you could watch it there now or it's already expired. Because they say,
you know what? I haven't even looked. I haven't even looked on the Discovery website to see.
I don't.
Because I have found in the past that the Discovery website is actually it's CTV, and it's very glitchy.
Is it? Well, I always get those. Please put your subscription in here.
Yeah. No thanks.
Discovery I don't have Canada. Those anymore.
Let's see here.
They don't have that on Pluto TV.
Discovery Channel reality shows. What show were we looking at? Oh yeah, growing Belushi.
Growing Belushi.
I'm looking right on Discovery Plus here just to see if it's listed because it hasn't been.
No, eh? Well,
Discovery.
The dates.
No, I'm not seeing it in here at all.
All right.
But I'm sure if you went to the U.S. site, you'd find it because that's where people are watching it from the U.S.
More
I don't
likely,
think
yeah.
it's been released up here yet.
Not yet.
And there's
No.
unless I subscribe, uh, I can't look at anything.
No. Yeah, that's the thing, right?
Yep.
Got to be
Subscribe.
subscribed.
If you'd like to subscribe to CBGtv, go to CBGtv.com.
Yes.
If you search CBGtv on Google, we're above
Yeah.
CBC.
Yeah, it does that, doesn't it?
Yeah, we're right above CBC.
We're right there. But the thing is, if you're searching for CBGtv, shouldn't it come up first and not second?
It comes up first. Well, not necessarily.
Oh, look at that. Oh, that's you. I don't know. We got some comments.
Oh, I just posted the Celeb Stoner review for Weeds sequel.
I see that. I see that. Yeah. Oh, I see. Are we we're doing a what do you call that?
Podcast. It's called a podcast, Al.
Yeah. Webinar version.
Yes. Have you been using it?
No. I just see it here now that I'm on your account, right?
Yeah, I'm
I
using
see
the
what you're
webinar thing because it creates an event for every stream.
Yeah. I don't use the webinar thing, but I do see the make an announcement or something. Promo.
Yes. I
Yeah.
think I've seen
I don't use it.
Irene try it. I think Irene tried it for one of hers.
Yeah, I know that Ashley, she uses it all the time.
Maybe it was Ashley that did it.
Yeah, she uses it all the time. And I've seen Irene use it occasionally as well.
Since we're talking about CBG TV, why don't you tell people, because Al does the scheduling, why don't you tell people the kind of shows that they can watch other than us? The Three High Guys, we're on alternating with Coverage Radio. So next week you'll see the Coverage Radio, and then the following week we'll have hopefully we'll have Paul.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe his 12-hour shifts will rotate. Like 7 to 7, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Yeah, I know we don't know. We just Oh
God.
That didn't sound good.
That didn't sound.
Oh, she's still moaning.
Oh God.
And I think I know what happened.
She stepped on a squirrel?
No, I think she's going to tell me that the dog threw up on the bed.
Again. You know, Rosa did that. Rosa was not feeling well, but I had to go to the lounge. When I came back, there was puke everywhere.
The food wasn't even digested.
Oh, I hope she's okay. Does she have all her tick stuff and all that? The dog, and the wife too.
The dog takes her medication.
Did you have your flea and tick stuff there already, Gail?
Oh, yeah.
I had mine.
it just happened like on Sunday or Monday. Oh, Sunday. And now it's happened again. Like she only left.
Oh, this is a big, huge pile.
Oh.
2.5
Was there white foam?
No.
No. It was all food. It was all our dinner.
I just posted an article on what the white foam is when it comes up. I know what the white foam is when I throw up. It's the metformin.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Tessa's not feeling it.
We got to do bed sheets again.
Yeah.
This is happening a lot. I'm hearing one of the families up here.
Yeah.
Dean's daughter. They're I think the Boston Terrier is very sick, and then they have a King Corso.
Big
dog, beautiful dog.
Ah.
Who was also not. Yeah, he doesn't like me, and he rushes me.
Okay, thank you.
I guess you're
Yeah.
getting new sheets tonight, buddy.
Getting new sheets. Yeah, getting new sheets tonight. That's right.
Everything.
Yeah, new everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's called having pets.
how's the topper?
Oh, I don't know, Alan.
Oh, she hasn't got to that point yet.
Oh God, that
I
was
saved it.
She
I
called you
saved it for
Alan.
that
You're in
topper.
trouble now. She called you Alan. I don't know Alan. I haven't heard that tone since my mom died. My mom used to do Alan.
No, she's not the happy part. So yeah, okay. What are we? We are now Tuesday. So tomorrow morning, we have. I believe we should have a cannabis and creative visualizations. Then the Pace Radio show comes on, and then the late night sesh follows after that. Thursday.
Tomorrow's
What's that?
Wednesday, so that's Al's busy day. Yeah.
Yeah. Thursdays we got the news. And what else we got on Thursday? Oh, we're looking at doing a new show coming out on Thursdays. Actually looking at 2 new shows coming out on Thursday.
Yeah, we'll be rebroadcasting Green Crush with Alan Park
Yeah.
on Thursdays.
Yeah.
And hopefully another show just before that. So Thursdays is filling up as well.
Yeah. We've talked to a provider about that possible time slot. Friday mornings, we got Her Story. It comes from KGL TV. That's at 8. Battle Strategies at noon. And we got the 420 radio show. Comes on at 7. With that broadcast. And then Saturday, nonstop broadcasts.
All
Basically,
the repeats from the previous week, right?
right. CBGtv this week, which is all the broadcasts from the week, all back to back to back. Other than there's 3 minutes in between each one, and that has to deal with servers and stuff like that. So what I look at that as is your opportunity to go to the bathroom, maybe let the dog out, whatever, right? Because you're gone anyways, so you're not going to see a commercial.
What you got to do, you do the same thing with commercials on our network as you do with the TV, except for you want to know something? We won't turn the volume up on you.
Yeah, we won't turn the volume up. Exactly. And as things,
we might even offer you snack food.
Yeah. Hey, wouldn't you like to see a popcorn commercial? You see them when you went to the drive-in.
I've actually run those old drive-in commercials on my show. Right now, because of the music thing, every time we play music now, we just get so it's like, what's the point of paying for all this shit if you're just going to go right? So in finding alternatives, I sometimes run copyright-free stuff. Oh. Al's playing with stuff.
There we go.
Yeah, now you've made me forget what I was saying.
Music.
Thanks, Al.
Music.
Yeah. So anyways, if you have an independent band and you would like us to play your music, if you send an email along with permission to play your music, we will be happy to play your music for you and argue with Facebook when they try and yank the show because
Yeah. They got some problem. I've got audio that it was created by a person that it's not a band or anything. It's created by an individual.
Maybe the music itself was taken from somewhere that's not copyright cleared,
Well, they say that they wrote it all or created it.
I've had that happen too.
You'll never get a copyright notice on this, Al. and I get a copyright on notice just on YouTube, and it has nothing to do. The name in it, like I got it, it says go ahead and use it. There's no problem with using it. It's allowed to be used.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just odd.
They're just telling you they know that you're using it.
Correct. Yeah. And then there's, depending on the broadcast, there is some stuff that I get a notification that we've been added or a tag.
Yeah,
added to a clip because of audio.
I have had
the host of that show is well aware of it, and they're fine with it. So
I have had Facebook and YouTube bunt a show because of music while the band was on the show.
Oh, ooh! I know we had a show that was
back when we were just doing audio, we'd have the band on and we listened to some of their show, some of their tunes. So we've got, I can't remember who it was, but we've got this band on, and we listened to their music, and not 10 minutes after the show was done, we got a strike for it.
Yeah.
Even though we had the band sitting there.
Yeah. Because the band, what I was told is, even if the band gives you permission, that doesn't.
The music production company does not.
Correct. Exactly.
We had Dave Scott from Scallywag Seeds, Scott Family Farm. Okay. On the show, and we played a song that somebody did for him.
Yeah.
And we played it with him sitting there. And I made him say I had permission to play it on the air. And guess what happened?
They still did it.
Nothing.
Oh, really? Eh? Yeah.
So far.
So far. Fingers crossed that continues.
Oh, I hear a sigh now.
Can you hear me? Oh yeah, he heard you. He heard you say. He even heard you say.
That's a very good mic he has.
Name with attitude.
I hate it when the pets get sick, because A, you're gonna step in it, and B, it's a mess to clean up. Like, I don't know what makes it so difficult to clean up puke. I mean, if it was my puke, I'd just go and just grab a cloth and clean it up. No big deal. But when it's a cat or a dog, you got to make a big fucking deal about it.
She's on the bed.
Oh, she's still on the bed.
Oh God.
Gail brought me a picture.
We know what Al. We know what and Gail are going to be doing this evening.
Changing bed sheets.
Not sleeping in their bed.
Well, we do have a spare.
I can't see.
I have a spare. I have a double in the spare room.
Oh yeah.
Which I'm going to be putting in the Airbnb. Yeah. Oh God, she's telling you you're going to be single if what?
No. On the weekend, we slept out in the camper on the weekend.
Well, of course, you got no other place to run around nude, so you got to hide behind the trailer.
Too freaking cold to do that. And the dog, she just took over the bed.
Yeah.
You don't have a full bed? What size bed is in the trailer?
Queen size bed in the
What size trailer do you have now? What size is it?
22 foot.
So mine was bigger, yeah, because mine was the 30.
Oh yeah. Yours is a lot bigger.
But I miss my trailer. But it's got its own bedroom, or is it not separated?
Oh no, it's just a couple's trailer.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No.
So you got a bed in a bathroom, and a kitchen,
correct, and a closet,
and a sitting area, or no sitting area like mine.
No, that'd be the kitchen table,
or outside. Do you have?
And the table is only 3/4.
Did you add a room?
No.
Get one of those out of room things.
No.
Well, you actually go out in the
yeah.
trailer, like you don't want to
When we
make
go,
it
when we
home.
go,
Yeah.
when we go out to the trailer, it's just here in the yard. It's not as if we got any seasonal cider.
What I mean is, you don't want to set it up permanently because you actually go out and travel.
Yeah, we'll take it places. But when we go, it's just a spot to sleep.
He goes where the nudie people go.
No, they closed.
Oh, you got no more nudie places to go?
Well, yeah, they're up. They're near Cowbogie direction.
Don't know where that is.
Yeah. Oh, hours to the northeast of me. So, and up towards Ottawa area.
We used to go to a quarry just outside of Hamilton, which is still there, but it's not the one that's public. I mean, it may be that one now, but it wasn't public back then. We're talking the 70s. It was very hippie.
Yeah.
Very hippie. There were even monkeys.
Yeah.
People brought monkeys.
The one that we went to, they closed, and they were forced closed by the municipality.
Yeah, and now they're traveling all over the fucking place.
Yeah, exactly. And
they were up. They drove the weekend that I moved into Terrace Bay.
Yeah,
they were here looking for me, but my internet wasn't on yet. So by the time I saw their message, they had already gone down. They were down in Sudbury already.
Yeah. So they'll be here in a few weeks, actually. Probably in about 3 weeks. Next week they'll probably be on the road. I would assume they're talking about being here in early June for a visit. We got lots of room, and see the puppies again.
The puppies.
Yeah. Boots and Sassy. Sassy.
Boots and Sassy.
Yeah, they're brother and sister. They were from the same litter.
Or
same mother or something.
You don't usually see that situation because there's the worry of mating, right? Like I know Kelly has birds, and she got siblings, a male and a female sibling, and they tried to procreate, but the birds that Kelly started with were actually Wilhelm's, Sam Malachi's wife's birds. She bred them.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And when Sam got sick, she had to get rid of her birds, so Kelly took them, 2 budgies. But they were brother and sister, so Kelly was always, well, what do I do? And then they started making eggs, and you've got to take the eggs out. You can't, because they're like, that's weird, man. That's just like that's like sibling rivalry to a whole other level.
I don't know. Like when it comes to siblings in the animal world,
I'm sure it happens in the human world.
I don't follow that news, so I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. That's a whole other lifestyle.
Completely.
I'm on I have a thingy on the Facebook dating thing just because it's there.
Yeah.
And I'm reading and some of the ads that you see are like, wow. For a daddy figure, I can handle that. But I've been in a relationship with my brother for the last 10 years, and I'm like, yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. There's one thing that I wanted
to bring up. For something new.
I see we got 10 minutes left.
Yes.
Sports, cannabis and sports. We didn't talk about last time when there was lots of big news, but there hasn't been a lot of big news lately. The last 2 weeks. There was leading up to the previous show where the high jumper in the NBA and all that stuff going on. But now I see there's a Nat Diaz going in Texas, going for some boxing championship. I don't have the notes in front of me, so this is also going off memory here.
Yeah.
And he's coming up from the mixed martial arts, the MMA, and he's well known for that
Cannabis.
as well as his cannabis use.
Yeah. Well, we all know now the MMA and the UFC have removed that from the
Right. Well,
restrictive,
Texas, they're in Texas,
where it's still illegal.
where
Cannabis is still illegal.
yeah, there's two organizations, I believe it's two of them, where they're going to still test him, and they figure, like obviously he's going to like he could quit now, and it wouldn't be long. It wouldn't be enough time for it to even get out of his system. He's been an avid consumer and dubious amounts of it.
Well, a gentleman named Dominic Flane, who is an Olympic boxer.
Yeah.
I believe he was a gold medal winner. I'm going to try and have him on the 420 radio show. I don't know what his views are on cannabis, but I've had hockey players, NHL players, NFL players. We had Sasha Lakovic on the show 10 years ago. He's passed away since, but he was suffering from I can't remember, but because blunt force trauma.
Oh yeah.
There's a word for it, but I can't remember what it is.
There we go. Texas Commission will test Nate Diaz for marijuana use ahead of Jake Paul fight.
So this is going from MMA to boxing.
Yeah. He's a former UFC title challenger. 8-round boxing match on August the 5th in Dallas, Texas.
And he was in the news a few years ago about his cannabis advocacy, and I believe he's been on Rogan as well, on Joe Rogan's show, talking about it as well.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he has. Rogan's pretty big in the UFC now. He's like upper management or something now, isn't he?
Yeah. The Texas Athletic Commission doesn't allow cannabis use.
Yeah,
the UFC
cannabis is not legal in the states of Texas yet.
Yeah. And
They're
the
still
UFC's partnership with the United States Anti-Doping Agency, where helped usher in where the fighters didn't need to worry about testing. Now he has to. The TBLR is zero policy, zero tolerance. And if the athlete exceeds 50 nanograms in their system, is an issue.
The only reason I know what's going on in Texas is because I've been binge watching Lone Star Law, which is state forestry, right? State wardens, and over and over and over again, they're busting kids for pot because it's not illegal, and they're like, well, it's legal in this state beside us, it's legal in that state beside us, and it's legal in that state but beside us, but it's not legal here. You're going to jail this evening.
Yeah, that's messed up, man. And they say here, they say it's worth noting that the 38-year-old did manage to avoid running afoul of testing requirements in the days when the UFC would still overturn results for the fight. So he was getting away. He was avoiding it when it was against the rules with the UFC, and now things have obviously changed. But yeah, August the 5th. We'll find out before then.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll keep an eye on that for sure. Yep.
Yeah, because I know I've read that they're going to test before, and there's a test afterwards as well.
Okay, well, I know because one of the kids up here went and had a test, and even though they quit a month previous, 6 weeks or so into it, they still tested, and the facility said you must have been using today or yesterday with that much in your, and he had not used for 3 weeks.
Wow, holy shit!
So, he went for another job also, and he was clear, and it's been a couple of months now. But he, it's unfair because his parents are both licensed. His sister uses it to combat her pregnancy because she's pregnant. She gets bad morning sickness, and her doctor even said, "Don't stop using it."
Oh.
It's like old people and smoking cigarettes. They tell them not to smoke, to stop. It's bad to smoke cigarettes. Yes, it's bad to smoke anything.
Yeah.
But when you're older, if you've been smoking for 40, 50 fucking years and your health isn't good, and the only thing that you've been doing is smoking cigarettes and drinking a drink every now and then, don't stop. It's going to kill you.
Stop. Well, I know a guy
will
that
tell you that.
I know a guy that was doing other illicit drugs, and to him it was a medicine, and
he died.
And he ended up, he died. He passed away, but it was sort of right down to the end that it was, don't take him off of it, keep him on it.
Quick story, because we've only got 5 more minutes. Well, actually, we have.
We gotta run a promo before we close out.
We have 8 minutes.
Where?
It's
I see 4.
Yeah. Okay, 4 minutes. We used to have a regular gentleman on the show named Peter Ferences.
Yes.
Peter was a scientist, a forensic scientist, not a forensic scientist. He was a research scientist that specialized in addiction. He also had a nickname. His nickname was Dr. Crackhead because he was an open crack user. He didn't say if he still used it, but he had in the past. But he had all that information about what it was like. Most doctors don't try cannabis or meth or acid or things like that. They only know what they've been told by the pharmacy or wherever they get the drugs from. He was very open about it. He wrote a book about it. Fortunately, he's passed away. He passed away a few months ago. But he was on staff at CAMH. He was a research scientist that researched on the subject of opioids and addiction. Yeah, amazing man. Great shows. They're in our archives. Speaking of archives, there are 15 years or so of shows between Pace Radio, 420 Radio, and some other old shows that we used to do on our YouTubes. Al has a bunch as well. So look up the 420 Radio Show if you want to hear some audio podcasts. And
Pace Radio has it too. Has audio podcasts. I'll tell you, it was quite getting used to the switch from audio to video was different.
Yeah. So. Which one did you want to play before we go, Al?
Let's see. BBWS and then the thank you.
All righty. So you go ahead and do that, and I will say, and I'll hit end when you're done.
All right. Talk to you.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Hopefully Paul will be here next time.
Yeah, hopefully. See y'all later. Bye-bye.
White Sumo, a rare slightly sativa-dominant hybrid strain. 60% sativa, 40% indica, created through crossing the classic Sumo target with white OG strains.
We are the Cannabis Broadcasting Group here at CBGtv.com.